me! Spencer!
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fair to say. Can't breathe in sunlight.
Hello, Aromas. This is Aromie here. Welcome back to Changeling. We're gonna fucking tackle Spencer right now. As soon as I was close enough, I made a frantic leap at Spencer. I hit the middle of his back, grabbed his waist, and dragged him to the floor. Holy shit. I'm gangster. Let me go. Let go. No. I wrapped myself around him and got him in a headlock. Stop struggling. How can I stop struggling when you're trying to strangle me? I'll stop strangling you when you stop struggling. Man, it hadn't been years since we would wrestle like this. It was kind of nice to, you know, I could still win. She's kind of scary, isn't she? I'm glad she's not my sister. I don't know, this is fairly entertaining. I glared over my shoulder at them both. Shut it, both of you. Taking a deep breath, I slightly eased my grip on Spencer. I'm going to let you go, but if you try to run, I'm going to make one of them tackle you next. You have to listen to what I'm going to tell you. I released him and we both got to her feet. Spencer looked like he still might bolt at any moment. I just want to explain things to you. He rubbed his neck, shooting me a baleful glare. Hard to make a case for just wanting to have a conversation when you're putting people in headlocks. Then don't try to run. What did you expect me to do? Do you know I spent my entire afternoon scouring the school looking for you? With the vampire? Oh, yeah. Spencer reached in his book bag, pulled out something, flinging it at me. And what about everything written in that? I fumbled to catch it and realized it was my journal. What are you doing with this? Did you take it this morning in the club? I did. Wait. So can you see the club room? Because that was the only way you could have grabbed it. I did. I read it all. You're not supposed to be able to read this. You say you forgot. You lied? I mean, obviously. If you shared a special, mysterious language with your sibling, I don't think you would forget. If my brother and I did that, I don't think we would forget. Out of breath, red face, and looking more than a little angry, he gestured at Marc and Adrian. So have you. This is what you've been hiding. I knew it. I knew you were some kind of Don't you dare say it. Does it feel good to lie to us like this? No, it doesn't actually. I hate it. Yeah, right. He whirled around and started to go. I caught his arm and yanked him back. You want to keep lying? Then fine. Just leave me out of it. Hey, you're the one who's been stalking me around. You don't get to run away just because you got caught. I told you to— oh, did he just fucking slap me? I told you to let go. I didn't see the hand coming toward me until it made contact. Oh, he slapped me! Spencer! I didn't see the hand coming toward me until it made contact with my face. I stared at him in shock. He stood there, hands still raised, breathing heavily. Bitch, what? Why do you get to slap me? You did wrong too. Slap him back. Twice. I was too stunned to move until I felt Marc's arm wrap around my shoulders and pull me back. That's enough. She's your sister. What do you think you're doing? You have no idea who she is. He advanced on us both. You think she's not lying to all of you, too? Lying to them about what? Technically, I really don't know what I am. Adrian caught him by the upper arms and held him in place. Just knock it off. Since it twisted out of his grip and rounded on him, fist raised, Adrian caught it easily. Come on! I said That's what? Adrian! Wait, what? Huh? Wait, what? What? Oh, is he hungry? What is going on? His expression looked confused and almost dreamy. Spencer suddenly went down like a rock. What happened? Adrian yanked his hand back, looking shocked. Spencer! What did you do to him? I struggled out of Marc's arm. Wait, what? I struggled out of Marc's arm and knelt beside Spencer, shaking him. He was completely limp. I pulled him close, staring at Adrian with wide eyes. What's wrong with him? Where are your gloves? They got dirty earlier. I'd taken them off, but I was being careful. I'm sorry. What did you just do? We need to carry him to the club room before someone comes up and finds us all. He gently pushed me out of the way and lifted Spencer into his arms. What's happening? He's a Vitae? A vampire that feeds off life energy. He just drained your brother. What the fuck? Why doesn't it work on me? Because he didn't touch my skin? Well, Spencer has clothes on too. I don't get it. Wait, no, he caught his hand. And so Spencer weighed absolutely nothing, and let's face it, Spencer was at least 5 inches shorter than Marc and way skinnier. Marc picked him up and started down the hall. I'm sorry, it was an accident. I didn't think he stared down at his hands as if shocked by something. We should follow Marc. Yeah. With that, we trailed behind Marc as he carried my unconscious brother to the club room. He sucks life force out of you. I think that's way worse than just drinking blood. Little brother. My little brother? Marc has an older brother, right? Or is it a little brother? I don't know. Or no sibling, I don't know. Oh, who the hell's room am I in? Friday, October 22nd. It was stupidly early, and I was half leaning on Spencer's bed, listening to him snore. That's finger hearts right here. Who's this girl? Huh, Spencer? Who are you idolizing? Wrapped in a blanket and trying to stay awake, I was sort of half dozing as my sleepy brain replayed the events from yesterday. There had been a lot of panic, hurried explanations, and more panic involved. Adrian, a different sort of vampire than Marc, had drained Spencer's energy to the point knocking him unconscious, but he would recover, so they told me. Life energy replenished daily, so it was just a matter of him sleeping off the exhaustion. I convinced Mom and Dad he had gotten sick after school and that we'd come straight home together. Mom practically had kittens, and there were talks of doctors and ERs. And I didn't even know how I'd managed to convince her that he just needed sleep. And to be honest, I was sick with worry myself. He'd have his life energy drained. That seemed pretty serious, no matter how the others tried to downplay it. Spencer's room is more full than mine. I was also angry and frustrated. Spencer was hurt, again, because of me. And this time I knew what happened and had to lie about it. I hated it. I'd fallen asleep once and dreamed that he died. I didn't want to risk that again. I was trying to keep myself awake. I poked Spencer's cheek. Even listening to you whine is better than seeing you like this. I had no idea how he was going to handle it all when finally he woke up. I didn't know if he'd even remember what happened. At any rate, he definitely wouldn't remember what had happened after he lost consciousness. Spencer was lying on the sofa unconscious, mouth hanging open slightly as he slept. Adrian was fretting in the corner. He'd put his gloves back on and was looking more than a little worried, and I was crouched next to Spencer, doing my best to not have a complete emotional breakdown in front of everyone. He's just sleeping. Then why can't I wake him up? If he's just sleeping, I should be able to wake him up. What exactly happened? What did Adrian do to him? Marc noted beside me with a long sigh. Adrian drained some of his life force when he grabbed his wrist, and not just a small amount based on your brother's condition. What? Please listen to me. While I understand your concern, your brother's going to be fine. He's alive. His life force will replenish itself, and he'll wake up as if nothing happened. He's just tired. And I don't believe this was intentional. How is that not intentional? How do you unintentionally drain someone's life force out of them? Mike grabbed my face and forced me to look at him, holding both cheeks firmly between his hands. Michiko, please calm down and listen. He's so cute. Vite? I don't know. Reminds me of Tae from BTS. Vite, naturally Siphon? Am I dumb? Siphon, right? Small amounts of life energy simply by touching other creatures, unless they specifically focus on not doing it. It's a natural function for them. The reason current school regulations demand that they wear gloves has to do with that. Then why were his gloves off? Why wasn't he wearing them? They were dirty. I took them off while I was in the drama room earlier. To his credit, they actually were smeared with grime and dust. It wasn't like he was lying about it. And I didn't think I was walking around the school with a human. I didn't think... What does his being human have to do with it? Marc grimaced at that. The rule is there to protect humans. The regulation doesn't apply to cryptic students. I'm really sorry. I lost control for a moment. That's all. I didn't know he would be so... You fed on my brother? So it only works on humans? That's why it didn't work on me? And because he probably wasn't trying to. I didn't mean to. Not like that. It had been hard to get my mind around it, really. The idea of someone feeding on my brother. But there it was. They had finally gotten me calmed down. I guess it helped that Adrian really did look quite remorseful and, well, scared. Marc actually also looked a bit worried about it. But he could have killed somebody. That was probably the one thing that helped me keep it together. I think that's why Adrian was scared. Probably he was so scared that he drained all of it out of Spencer for him to die. That would have been one hell of a story to explain. If they were both so worried about the consciousness of stepping out of line, then I couldn't imagine Adrian actually trying to eat my brother in front of me. Unless he was counting on his extreme acting skills to cover up his misdeed. But I didn't think it was that. If his distress was an act, he really needed to win an Oscar for that performance. At any rate, with some convincing, I had agreed to not tell Vilos exactly what had happened. Instead, we gave the excuse that Spencer fainted when he had seen the club room. Apparently, given my reaction to Ewan, Vilos found it believable. Still not sure how I feel about that. But Spencer can't actually see the club room? I don't know, it's kind of weird. There was one person I had insisted should know the truth, and that was Allie. They had agreed with only minor trepidation. She went along with our lie, at least for the time being, if not for Adrian's sake, then for Marc's. Because I had remembered what Marc had said before, when one vampire messes up, it affects them all. There was one condition to keeping it under wraps, though. If Spencer didn't wake up in the morning and if he wasn't totally okay, I would go straight to Philo's. I didn't really want Adrian to get into trouble if he hadn't meant to do it, and I definitely didn't want Marc affected by something someone else did. But Spencer was my priority, whether they liked that or not. I wasn't a vampire and I didn't owe them loyalty, and I was tired of Spencer being hurt because of me. So I was sitting in his bedroom freezing while my idiot brother slept like a log. Mom thought I insisted on sleeping there because I was worried about him. Apparently, it warmed her maternal heart to see us making up, and while it wasn't entirely untrue, I was mostly worried he'd wake up alone and freak out. At least if I was nearby, I could contain the freak out. Or he'd be more pissed. His freak out was gonna turn pissed. Even if it meant holding a pillow over his face to mute the shouting. I closed my eyes, my head rolling forward on my arms. Wake up soon, you stupid brother. I'm so tired. So tired. I didn't know when oh, fuck! Am I walking in the woods? I didn't know when I dozed off, but I was definitely dreaming. I was in Spencer's room, but everything was blurry and dim, and soft voices were filling my head. It was the same dream, the one where I was sleepwalking, but something was wrong. There was someone else. No, something else. I didn't know what it was, but I wasn't alone. What is it? I saw a flash of... Okay, I was an old woman saying hello again. I saw a flash of icy blue eyes. Those eyes. I knew those eyes. Something wiggled on the side of my vision. My head turned, though it didn't feel like I was the one turning it. The shadow slithered along the wall toward the window. I said, leave. I jolted to wake up the strange, raspy voice. My voice. I looked around the room cautiously. I was standing in the center of the bedroom facing the window, just like in the dream. Ugh, sleepwalking. I was lucky I hadn't escaped to the outside. I forgot to put Allie's herbs in the doorway. I glanced toward the bed where Spencer was sleeping, still sleeping soundly. Everything else was quiet. Who opened the window? What the fuck? Frowning, I padded softly to it and peered outside. Maybe I didn't while I was asleep, though I hadn't been standing near it when I woke up. That shadow in my dream went through here. I shut the window quickly, my eyes... What the hell? A shadow figure came in? Or something. I shut the window quickly, my eyes went wide and when I saw what was in the yard below. What is it? Please don't be the woman. Please don't be the woman. Please. Oh. I'm fucking scared. Pale yellow lights, dozens of them, all drifting lazily around, watching curiously. Will o' the wisp. God damn it, I thought I was so over the scratching of the notes. No, still shook. In my research, I read that they were a type of fae, but there were some disagreements on their exact nature. Were they evil, harmless, or what? They were all down there. I pressed my forehead against a cool glass. Pretty. I'd never seen anything like it before. I wondered if it was something, if it was because we're getting closer to Samhain or something. They were beautiful. I closed my eyes, sending up a silent prayer that Spencer would wake up in the morning and be fine. Marc had seemed pretty certain, but it was scary to see him so exhausted and difficult to wake up. Okay, that sounds scared me too. Okay. I shivered and stepped away from the window, pulling the curtain closed. Returning to my spot by the bed, I wrapped myself into the blanket and decided I'd try to get some sleep. Please make sure Spencer eats something when he wakes up. I will. I wish I could stay home, but I have a signing today and an open house this afternoon that I can't cancel. Mom, I got it. I'll be fine. Or it'll be fine. Dad had already left. He was over at Grandma's helping out with something. With Mom leaving too, it meant Spencer and I would have the house to ourselves until the afternoon. I don't want you to get sick too. Don't worry. I'm not gonna get sick. I'll be careful. I'll be careful, I promise. Lots of hand washing. Just go, you're going to be late. She stopped and set her hand on my cheek. You look like you didn't sleep at all. Well, I slept a little. I wanted to be there if you woke up or woke up and needed anything. You're a good sister. I'm glad to see you two working things out. Yeah. I wish that was really the case. I'll text a check on you two, okay? We'll be fine. You're only going to be gone for a few hours. What could happen? It makes me really nervous when you say that. Just go. I finally managed to shoo her out the door and sigh in relief when I heard her car pull out of the driveway. It was finally just me and Spencer. He was asleep again now, but sometime after my weird little sleepwalking thing, he'd awaken. It was right around dawn. He'd been awake enough to mumble something about how he'd known it all along, but not enough to do much else. He was asleep again in minutes. It's like he wakes up like, bitch, I know, and just goes back to sleep. I fell blearily into one of the kitchen chairs, contemplating how much more coffee my system could handle before I turned into a dirty, nauseous mess. Maybe just one more cup. There was a gentle tap on the back door, and I jumped up to answer. What? Why? Allie, wait, why didn't you just use the front door? As expected, it was Allie. She'd said she was going to stop by so we could both talk to Spencer. I pulled the door open, stepping aside to let her in. Well, you look like death. I feel like death. How is he? Well, sleeping still. He's been mostly doing that since yesterday. He woke up around dawn, then went back to sleep. Want something to drink? Just water. I went to get a glass for her and decided to forego another cup of coffee for myself. I got a glass of orange juice instead. Joining Allie at the table, I rubbed up my eyes. My head felt gross. That weird dream I had had last night wasn't helping. Worked out what you were going to tell him yet? The truth. He's already figured out a lot of it. He had my journal and said he read it all. I had no idea he still remembered how to read that. After we had moved and was still trying to make up with him, I used to write him notes in our code, trying to coax him to interact. Until he'd finally shouted at me to stop writing him messages in a weird code he couldn't even read anymore. How much of what we had been saying to each other was just lies these days? Don't look so upset about it. We were going to tell him anyway. I know, I just didn't think he would be like this. Well, yesterday was a bit unexpected. I'm really sorry I didn't realize you were trapped. Not your fault. I tried texting so many times, but my messages wouldn't go through. Yeah, magic fields can really mess up things like radio waves. There's no reception in the library either, by the way. Good to know. So, I heard that tackle was amazing. How's Adrian? He was a bit shaken, I guess. He and Marc chatted with me for a while after dropping you off. He was relieved to hear we weren't going to tell Milos what really happened. Well, that's still up for debate if Spencer doesn't wake up soon. He will. Adrian didn't drain that much from him. Enough to knock him out for 16 hours straight. You're really worried, aren't you? I mean, Spencer was already probably exhausted prior, so... You're not? I am, believe me, I am, but I know it wasn't intentional. At least I don't think it was. That's what Marc said, and since they don't like each other at all, I figure it must be true. I can't imagine Marc lying for him. I can't see Marc lying at all, actually. Has he been lying to us about anything? He's just been quiet about things. Me either. I can't see Marc lying at all, really. You have a lot of confidence in him, huh? I don't know about that. It's just... There was always a chance he just wanted to cover it up for his own sake, but I didn't think so. I didn't think that Marc would cover up for Adrian if he thought it was intentional, setting aside things like that. Setting aside things like doing the right thing. It was also more practical. If Adrian had intentionally drained someone this time, then covering it up now could lead to a much bigger incident down the line. I didn't think Marc would try to hide it unless he really thought it was a one-time thing. If there was one thing I learned about Marc, it was that above anything else, he didn't want to do anything that would have a long-term negative impact on the vampire community. And I do think he's a good guy. I don't think he'd take lying to Milos lightly. Why are you smiling at me like that? You like him, don't you? No, I definitely do not. I do. I don't know. Allie grinned at me. You totally like him. I deflated slightly inside, looking away. I don't want to. I don't think he likes me. I wouldn't say that. I've never seen him spend as much time with another person as he does with you. I think he must have gotten his attention somehow. He just needed me to tutor him. Maybe he just likes it that you don't suck up to him like other people do. To be honest, I've been waiting for you two to become official for a while now. There's no way that's going to happen. You never know. I don't even know if I wanted to. I have a lot on my plate right now to be worrying about boys. He's just one boy. That makes it even worse. Well, you two have plenty of time to work it out. Did you happen to get any more details from Adrian about exactly what happened? I don't think he told us anything you didn't already know. He'd been going through some old storage stuff in the drama club and got his gloves dirty. He's supposed to keep them on at all times while he's in the school, just as a precaution. But it was the end of the day, so he thought it would be fine. It seems like he thought Spencer was a cryptic, so he didn't worry about the possibility of touching him and draining him. He did mention that, though I don't know why he'd assume that. Well, that part is probably my fault. How so? He and I had talked about Spencer before, and I did kind of get the impression he thought Spencer was a club member. I didn't correct it at the time. I don't see why it matters. Is it just okay for him to go around sucking the life force out of cryptics? Most of the rules we follow are for the protection of humans, not each other. No wonder Marc says humans get favorite status. They're not usually a danger to us, only because most of them don't know about us. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but that's how it is right now. In any case, if Spencer really is a cryptic, I guess Adrian has nothing to worry about. Oh shit, I'm so over time. But we don't know if he is or not, and that's the issue. I don't know, because he freaking got my book. And my book was in the club room, but then when Marc and I tried to go into there, it was a fucking storage closet. Because it should have led us into the club room if Spencer is some type of cryptic. But anyway, this is where we're going to end today's episode off. Hopefully Spencer wakes the fuck up. Sir, wake up. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
touch it, touch it,